Happy new month. I hope January was good for you. I thought I'd start a new series where I'd do a quick monthly recap of 3D platformer news. Why? Because I, if you haven't noticed, really like 3D platformers. Not too much though, a normal amount. So I'll try to structure these so you can skip the parts you don't like. So we're going to start off with releases this month. As far as I know, there have been 3 releases this month. The first one was released on the 12th of January from Luckshot Games comes Big Hops, and I actually just finished playing this one just yesterday, and I had such a fantastic time with it. With these indie 3D platformers, you can usually feel something missing. It feels like an indie game they had to compromise on something. Not with this game, at least not until the ending, but that's for another time. The movement feels fantastic, the characters are all well written and well voice acted. The game looks visually amazing, and in my opinion, one of the best looking indie platformers in a long time. And the movement just feels so good. I think I already said that, but you get the point. And if you thought, hey, there's no way we're going to maintain this momentum, well, guess what? Just 1 week later, on the 19th of January, we get Super Chip Flake U, Quest for the Uncooked Schnitzel. This comes from Salsa Shark Studios, and while I haven't played it, it seems to be getting good reviews on Steam. As of right now, it has a rating of very positive with 207 reviews on Steam. People are praising its sense of humor and its controls, but maybe it's not the most innovative game of all time. Still, maybe check it out. And I think why stop at 2? It's a new year, let's have 3 platformers. So this third one comes the very next week on the 27th of January, called Valkyrie Saga by Public Void. Now, I haven't played this either, and honestly, it might not be my cup of tea, but it seems to be getting good reviews on Steam with a rating of very positive with 58 reviews. It seems to be going for a sort of pseudo-regalia style, visual art style. I see people mentioning Mario 64 in the reviews. Hey, that's a good combo, so give it a look, maybe. So that was this past month. Let's look even further back. Let's look at classics. So there's a few things here. One of them is that this is kind of breaking the rules because it's not really a 3D platformer, but it's a 3D platformer series. So, Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition was given a rating in Australia with developer and publisher listed as Atari. So there's a chance that we get some sort of Rayman remaster remake of the original game. But of course, with Ubisoft imploding, this might not be happening. Still, I think this is worth mentioning. The next piece of news is a bit more uplifting, I'd say, and only proves that maybe these big companies don't really know what they're doing with their platforming series. And it is a fan recompilation of Banjo-Kazooie, and what this means is basically a PC port of Banjo-Kazooie with things like high frame rate support, widescreen and ultra-wide support, dual analog camera, and it's probably the best way to play the game in 2026, so that's cool for the Banjo-Kazooie fans. If you're a PlayStation platforming fan and feel a bit left out, well, don't worry, because there's some good news for you as well. So there's this thing called the Spaghetti Spyro Framework. This is some sort of framework for Unreal Engine that allows you to make Spyro-like levels. So someone used this framework to make a fan game where you play as both Spyro and Crash Bandicoot in co-op, with Crash going for crates and Wumpa Fruit and Spyro going for gems. Now, I'll post a link to another video that has the link in the description, so if you'd like to check this one out, give it a shot, because it looks like something child me would have loved to play. And finally, I'm just putting this in because I am a huge fan of the Sly Cooper series. There were not 1, but 2 fan-animated Sly Cooper shorts, or short films, and they both look amazing in their own different ways. And I'll be linking that in the comments, so give those a look, because I just want Sly Cooper to come back. Please, Sony. Sony is not going to listen to me, so let's not look at the past and look at the future, and look at 2 new game announcements. With the first being Jig Rift, a game where you play as a frog, not unlike Big Hops, with the hook here being that you're basically moving islands that are shaped like puzzle pieces to move them closer together. I don't think I have the vocabulary to explain what this game is, so I'm just going to put the video on the screen and hope that makes sense. But it looks super unique, and I'm really into whatever they're selling, because I've never seen it in a platformer before, so hell yeah. And the second announcement is the teaser trailer for a game called Retrieve Odyssey. This one's apparently an early version of the game, so don't judge it for how it looks or anything, but it still does look pretty great. The movement looks great. Kind of gives off a bit of a Hat in Time feel in terms of visuals and in terms of movement, with maybe more of an emphasis on speed. Yeah, it looks great, but it's probably super far away from being released. In fact, neither of these games have a release date, so you're probably not going to be able to play them for a pretty long time, but still, it's good to know there's still a lot of new games getting announced. But more than that, there's a lot of games that have already been announced, and we've got some news on them. Starting with the release date announcement for Mr. Sleepy Man. So this has been in development for a long time. It's got a really quirky and wacky sense of humor, kind of like Adult Swim like. There's a demo out, I believe, and the date is March 17th, 2026. So don't expect this momentum to stop anytime soon with these 3D platformers. This one has gotten a lot of good impressions, especially on its weird and again wacky sense of humor, and writing and the cartoony visuals are great. It's got a really strong look and vibe, and I'm really looking forward to it. Up next is maybe not as exciting as a release date, but the game Cosmo Vulpus now has a publisher, and while again this might not mean too much, but it means that the game's future is a bit more secure, and also means that the game might be coming to more than just PC, so any console players will be able to play this game, and yeah, that's good news. I think this is a Brazil-based developer, and it's always fantastic seeing people from different countries be able to work on these games and release them. A massive change from 20 years ago. And last but not least, we got the release date for Bubsy 4D and confirmation that the game will be getting a physical version. So the game is going to be out on May 22nd. That is less than 4 months from now. And if the demo is anything to go off of, this is going to be a great game. I think Fabraz just knows how to make amazing platformers, but they also really understand and have dug into Bubsy lore and are making a game that not only will the masochist Bubsy fans enjoy, but also non-Bubsy fans, which I think is the majority of the world. And they're doing this while unironically respecting the legacy of Bubsy in their own way, which is really cool. And that's some updates on existing games. So, that's all for January. What exactly is coming up in February? And this is actually a good segue because we were just talking about Bubsy 4D, because the same crazy people were working on Bubsy 4D, well, not the exact same people, but Fabraz is working on Demon Type as well, and that comes out on February 19th. And again, if the demo is any indication, this is probably going to be one of my favorite platformers in a long time. Fabraz is so confident they've left up the demo for you to try, so give this a shot. And when it comes out, I will probably find a way to talk about this on the channel. So I guess stay tuned for that. So I actually forgot about this next one until I started editing the video. Well, it's not a full-on game. It's a fairly big expansion for a pretty great game. And that is Little Gator, with the DLC being titled In the Dark. And this is supposed to be coming out February 12th. And from the Steam description, it says that it'll be doubling the size of the original game. And if this isn't a game you're into because you think, cozy games aren't for you, I thought the same way. And then I tried the game and I had an amazing time. I don't know if it's on the same level as A Short Hike, but it's extremely close, in my opinion. But, yep, it's those two games in February. And while it might not sound like a lot, I want you to look at February 2016 and tell me how many platformers came out then. So we are feasting, if anything, in 2026, and I think this momentum is going to keep going, so I'm super excited. But yeah, I'm going to keep this under 10 minutes. Thank you for watching. Let me know if I missed out on anything. I am just one man, so there's probably some stuff I missed out on, so please let me know in the comments below. Yeah, I hope whomever you are, I don't really know you, but I hope you have a good February, because we all need it. So yeah, take care, and see you next month.